2022 on EA Sports. And today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Ravens and the Bears on EA Sports.
Well, they say an early season snowstorm may be on deck in less than 48 hours, but today is picture-perfect fall football weather. Crisp and cool at Soldier Field in the Windy City. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens.
Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Santos now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field.
On the return, Devin Duvernay. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one, Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
And 2020 was another excellent season for number 8. Wasn't able to repeat the numbers from his MVP campaign of 2019, but bigger than that, got his elusive first playoff win, and he and the team hope that bodes well for them as they try and move forward in 2021. But let's face it, the numbers were still pretty darn good. 27th round and 7 scores rushing. This young man continues to be elusive and continues to improve.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Another run for Murray on second down.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And Watkins, you see him there, still down and slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Bears take over.
The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft, Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
And just a few years after the Bears made a big move at quarterback, taking Mitchell Trubisky, they did it again this year, moving from number 20 to number 11 in the draft to select Justin Fields out of Ohio State. This offense was just 26 in total yardage last year, so they needed some production. Justin Fields, 63 touchdown passes his last 2 years at Ohio State. They're expecting him to be their guy for the future.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
2nd and 10. Now Fields. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Now it's Fields.
Flushed out right.
And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Justin Madubuike. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Four yards remain on 2nd down. Ball on the 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. The tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's Fields. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Santos for the Bears field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away.
On the return is Duvernay. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the pistol, they run it with Murray. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On 1st down, Murray. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
If you're looking for glory, look looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
2nd and 7.
From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete to the fullback, Ricard. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
They'll run here. It's Murray. And he is going to lose yardage here. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will tie us at 3-3. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Fields. Flush to his right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields.
He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Well, CD, when you combine accuracy with a big arm, you get throws like that. And Justin Fields may very well be making these kinds of plays at the pro level for years to come.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did because he was on the run. Normally, when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
Back to throw, Fields.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Graham. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, It used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Robinson. And the Bears are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll run with Montgomery. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here this close. Sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So now it's 3rd and goal. This Raven defense trying to keep him out of the end zone. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And this time he is in. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The touchdown here, Santos to kick this one away. On the return is Duvernay. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, called it the 21. The Ravens ready to take over. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Here's Jackson. Now that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play action. Now Jackson. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson's going to look to run it. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Jackson. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defense. Wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Justin Houston making his presence felt there in the backfield. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So it sails out of bounds close to midfield, and they'll say actually right at midfield. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From midfield now, here's Jackson. That's into the hands of Prochet. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Well, Charles, looked like that had to be a mix-up there defensively.
You always question that type of confusion. They actually lost him in the middle of the field, gave him all sorts of room to run, and he took big-time advantage of it. That's an error you just can't make on the defensive side of the ball.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. Jackson's going to keep it. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the keeper. It's going to bring up the 4th down. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We're soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
It's an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and run the option. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson.
all level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Fields.
Looking deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That one goes for 36 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
So that a good call by John Harbaugh and tossing out that red flag.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
Oh, it's real easy to celebrate the throw there, but this was all about the protection because he had all day to sit back, survey the situation, and then really step into that one. He wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of his offensive line, though.
And the final number of the next-gen stats, that ball traveling a full 59 yards through the air.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw there completes to Mooney.
His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down.
Throwing again is Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson.
Fields to the veteran Robinson for the Chicago first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people out there.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Fields.
Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
Boy, this is a well-orchestrated drive they've put together. You think back to how far they were backed up to start things out, but they've gone on a march since then, and now after that completion there, they've got a first and goal.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers, he's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Once more, Montgomery. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Montgomery. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. This is a long drive offensively. Wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Santos' kick is up and through. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. On the return is Duvernay. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Here we go. Here we go.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. To throw is Jackson. He'll get that to the rookie from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando. And our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Going with a screen for Murray. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. From the 40 now on second down. Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Jackson. And that is incomplete. Brings up fourth down. Solid coverage by the Bears D.
They went with the dive look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Now a first down throw, Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A final shot before the break. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. A first down and then some for Montgomery. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we come upon halftime with a tie score, 13 all. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports halftime report. First, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Ravens. And they were able to find some success running the football, which is something they'll need to continue to do in a close game like this one. Meanwhile, for the Bears, here's a look at their numbers throwing the football in what was a very even first half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Taken at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Komet.
They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Here's Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that third down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
On first down, Fields. There's Mooney with another catch. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
From the 50, here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Calais Campbell able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting the sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields.
And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing on third down, Fields.
Man open is Robinson. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Play action. It's Fields. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain. I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. Play action. Now Jackson. Dancing to his left. First down and more for Jackson. And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a first down, and he gives himself up there at the end. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run from the shotgun with Murray. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They go with Murray again. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Ravens have broken the tie. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Tucker with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Now a give running right is Montgomery. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing, but he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now, making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield and spilling everything.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
That's caught by Montgomery. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now it's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Calais Campbell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football, CD. That's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields
being chased out left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Justin Houston able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now, standing just about on his own goal line. Yeah, that'll cross midfield here, not by much. Out of bounds just on the other side of the 50.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start by running the option to the lane. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to him.
Partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. A handoff. It's Murray. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
56, the Mike boy, 56, check 56.
Now a give running left with Montgomery. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
2nd down at 5. To throw is Fields. That's complete right side to Kmet.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses, catch the ball, how much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at third down and long. Third and long. It's Fields. Caught by Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And here's a very low line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this will be down by a member of the kicking team just outside of the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Again, it's Murray. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical third down conversion.
This afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
Jackson on first down. This will be caught by Brown. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
Can you do any more work or make it more dramatic for not much gain than what we just saw there? Did you see how his toes got down? Tip-tap, got him down. But what did he get out of it?
He sold the sizzle. He just had no steak.
I mean, was it 1 yard?
Yeah, plays like that, you at least expect a first down. They're just 1 yard. Only a yard on the pickup. And now they've got a third down and 8. This is about what you'd expect. Defense selling out to stop the run. Pretty good on first and second down.
Yeah, you're no longer really worried about making sure you're holding up the offensive lineman as a defensive lineman. Now you're just talking about getting in gaps. You're trying to get upfield, penetrate, and make a play on the football, especially, before the running back really gets control of it. That's what you're doing. You're also bringing the linebackers in to jam the line of scrimmage, and a safety or two is going to be there as well.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
A strong running. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Justin Tucker for the field goal.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This is Jakeem Grant.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. Fields on target to Mooney. 1st down, Chicago.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
Fields now to throw. And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Montgomery running right. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Fields on 1st down. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah. He needs better protection, that's for sure. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Fields, and this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, just an absolute killer. A chance to get this back within 1 score.
All hope not gone yet, but at the same time, you're exactly right. They needed to get back within 1 score and have a motivated defense take the field in order to get it back for them for one last big drive.
Dominated, boys, dominated.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start out here with the option left. 1st down and more for Jackson, and he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Illegal block the ball. Offense.
Man, that ain't make no sense.
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Hey, middle. Let's see it. You got three down. Report.
Following the penalty, it's Murray. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
The Georgia man, Roquan Smith, came in and got it.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
2nd and 5. On the option, it's Jackson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Excellent job on the keeper. 20 yards and a first down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
The Jackson going to hold on to it again.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. Carries piling up. It's Murray again. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. One man in the backfield, Murray on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll run for it. This is Murray. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Latavius Murray, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Tucker now to add the point after. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A 10-play drive that time. And it culminates with a Latavius Murray touchdown run. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man is Grant. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. To throw again on second down. Fields. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Back to throw, Fields.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Down to Inigos Jackson, and that should seal it.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.